That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
Welcome back, campers, to episode 38 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm the other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're here to bring the spooky, strange, weird, and wacky back into your lives. And I have some bad news, David.
Uh-oh.
So...
Are we getting sued?
No, not yet. But one of our listeners, Jake E., he sent us a email that he received. He said he received it from Daily Tech News. It is an email, and I think some of you may have heard about this, but our boy, Alex I'm Coming Jones.
I haven't heard this.
He lost his Facebook.
I thought this had been like a while now.
Oh, it hasn't been?
I thought he was banned from fucking everything.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when he received this. I think he sent it to me 5 days ago, and he received this, and it says, "You won't be receiving a happy B-Day message on Facebook from Alex Jones or Milo Yiannopoulos anytime soon. They and other dangerous actors have been banned from Facebook platforms as the company cracks down on hate speech and conspiracy theorists."
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists, I'm down for. Hate speech, not down for.
Yeah, you want more hate on Facebook?
No, I'm not. What? No.
I thought you were saying you're down with them banning it. You're down with seeing conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they should keep the conspiracy theory. Well, but that's the thing. I think one leads into the other.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it's just a sad day. It's an in memoriam for Alex Jones's Facebook, but I guess you can't, you can't.
It's gateway hate.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's fun to look at his stuff and make fun of it. It's a different way to look at it and then be like, oh, this is awesome.
This is factual.
Let me go preach this.
Yeah.
So, in memoriam for Alex Jones's Facebook, our boy. Okay, now we got some weird news articles for you though, and this one, my girlfriend said, "Can I send you some weird news articles?" Thank you, Katie, because this was a great news article, and I love the title of it. It says, "These daddies are raising a spoiled plastic baby doll." New York Post. So these two guys who are 74 years old and 65 have decided to adopt a $7 Parisian flea market baby, and it is a plastic little baby doll that they dress up like them, and this picture is so good. I'm just going to turn it. You need to see this picture really quick, because I hit the mic.
Oh,
Fuck.
God.
Oh, shit, I hit the wine. Okay, look at this baby.
I can't really see it because there's a play button over its face, but it looks like it's styling.
It's styling. It's wearing glasses. Apparently, they buy this baby Rolexes. They take him to Paris. They got him a fucking tuxedo from like a high up designer. I don't know what the person's name is.
Yeah.
But I guess this baby just lives the life. And my favorite quote from this whole article was, "As for grooming, he just needs to be polished once in a while," says Sapolnik. "Fortunately, he's never been sick, although he did break his leg 3 times."
I want my baby shiny. Get the polish out.
So I guess they've had birthday parties at his birthday was at the 21 Club, and he had a bar mitzvah at the.
So this baby's 13.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It was born in. Well, that's the thing. It was born on April 21st of 1990 in France.
Okay.
So I'm guessing not when they got it. It was when the manufacturer made him. That's what the age.
So it's what, 28, 29? What was the date?
1990.
Yeah.
But that's.
I mean, we're halfway through, so.
So, yeah, celebration at the 21 Club. Also, a bar mitzvah at the Water's Edge restaurant in Long Island City. And he said it was supposed to be the Plaza. But, like, they're dropping money on this baby.
Yeah.
And
this doll.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Just to clarify, so people didn't get confused, that it is not a real baby.
They tricked me. He tricked me.
Can see past those styling shades.
So
those camo pants.
So yeah, I guess they travel like a shit ton with this baby, and they're like, if you know us, it's not that weird. Like it's pretty normal. But the baby is like terrifying. Like this is another really good picture right here. Like look at that little guy like sitting right in the middle. He's really shiny.
He is really shiny. They definitely
they polish him a lot.
They polish him a lot.
But I was just thinking like, I wonder what made them choose that baby over like another baby doll. Because there's a lot of more realistic baby dolls out now, but they went for like this plastic one made in 1990.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the luckiest little baby doll ever.
It kind of looks like the ones that they make you take in sex ed that have the it cries and you have to put the key in its back and hold it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Make it stop.
Mm-hmm. And you know what the crazy thing is? There's real babies out there that are just like would love a nice Rolex or a nice suit or
a hot meal.
And these guys are like, they said they did it because they didn't want the responsibility of having like a real baby, but they wanted to have like a little baby doll. Like, I don't know. Like, so they could just like leave it wherever they want. It's like they like leave it on the subway.
You think they hire sitters?
They don't get arrested if they drop it too hard. But they broke its leg 3 times. Obviously, they're not.
Is it one leg?
What do you mean?
The same leg's broken 3 times. That's gonna mess with the growth spurs.
I was gonna say plastic baby dolls are a lot like human babies. If you break that one leg, that leg's gonna keep breaking. It's fragile. You know, you can't. I don't know. So
that baby's fucked.
Yes.
But it likes caviar.
It does at the plaza. Okay, you got a story for me?
Oh yeah, of course I do. So we got a little headline here that reads: Kentucky middle school teacher accused of telling student she'll cut his penis off.
I don't even know.
Snip it off.
I don't even know. Like, that's such a good burn or a threat, I should say. But I don't know what you would say to deserve that threat on you.
So one of the students jumped on another student's back while joking around, and at least one student allegedly heard the teacher tell the student to get off of her back. Or I'll cut your dick off and shove it down your throat.
Oh,
That's a bit more intense than the
cut
headline.
Your penis off.
That was during a game of kickball in 7th grade.
So it was a boy jumping on a little girl?
I mean,
no, I'm just trying to figure out like why the penis would be involved in the first place. Because you'd be like, I'll kill you, or like I'll shove my foot up your ass or something. But like maybe she thought it was like a sexual thing, so she's like, I'm gonna cut off your penis. I don't know. That's so weird. I mean,
yeah, the witness.
it would have been so much more normal if the teacher just said, "I'd kick your ass" to like a 7-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, 7th grader.
Oh, 7th grader.
So that's like what, like 13?
I don't know, probably
12, 13.
Like still,
yeah.
I don't think you should say it to anybody.
The witness was later on first base on kickball when the teacher allegedly looked at her, flipped her off with both middle fingers, and said, "This is horse shit."
Wait, what? Now the teacher's flipping off the girl too that got tackled?
It didn't. It's just the witness.
This bitch is mean.
And the teacher also did a huddle with her team and stated, "On 3, kick Durbin's ass," referring to another teacher, Miss Durbin.
That was my college professor's name.
Yeah,
Greg Durbin. Oh my god. You know how old this teacher is? Is she like senile or like young?
I'm not seeing an age.
That's so weird. I guess like I can see like that thing would try to be like, I'm gonna be like a cool edgy teacher. I'm gonna say ass and kick their ass, but
and
like
sit on the chair backwards,
and then and then cut a penis off and shove it down someone's throat. That's cool.
That's cool.
I'm the cool teacher.
Yeah.
Look at me. So wow. I'm guessing she got fired.
Yeah.
Wow.
She got a promotion.
She became the nurse.
She is the principal and the nurse.
Nurse, my penis hurts. Oh, there's only one cure for that.
Does your throat itch?
So, okay, well, we already dealt with the front, so now let's deal with the back with my next news story. As Florida man, 23, arrested for an "I eat ass" sticker on his rear window of his truck.
I saw this one.
You saw this?
Yeah.
So yeah, this cop pulled him over and said that he was not allowed to have an "I eat ass" sticker on the back of his car.
Yep.
And he said
it had to have been a truck, right?
It was a truck. And he said, that's my freedom of speech. And he said, this is like profanity. This is not allowed. He goes, you could take one of the letters off, so it'd be like "I eat as."
Yeah.
But and maybe you could add more. I eat as fast as a guy eating ass.
That'd be good.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what's next?
what do you mean?
What
If he added 2 S's? Like, or what if it was 3 S's long? I eat ass. That's okay.
Just
It's not the same word.
put periods in between them so it's an acronym.
Yeah.
There you go. I saw a bumper sticker the other day that was it was a picture of that famous picture of like Kim Kardashian crying and screaming. It's like a meme thing.
Yeah.
And then next to it was like, what did it say? It said something along the lines of like, keep fucking bitching, I'm not listening. Or no, it was like, don't like my driving, keep fucking bitching, I'm not listening. And like, I was just like, I have to see who's driving this. And I pulled up and it was like a middle-aged, like Hispanic lady. It looked like she had like a family. And like, I was like, what is going on with this?
I think one of her kids put that on her car, and she's just like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's too much work to try to get that sticker off.
At what point is that something you put on your car? I understand drivers in LA. It's,
Okay.
none of it's fun, but come on.
That's true. I just figured out the perfect sticker. I'm going to get one of those little guys peeing. You know how they usually pee on like a Dodgers or like a Giants or a sports
Calvin.
team? Yeah.
Little Calvin.
Yeah, little Calvin peeing on the thing. He's going to be peeing on the words, don't eat ass.
Exactly. So
he doesn't like that.
So it's a
or
double
not
negative.
eating ass.
Double negative, yeah.
Exactly. So
what are they going to do about it?
Yeah. You're just peeing on it.
Yeah.
So, interesting. And they towed his car, and they made him pay. I think he got arrested. His mugshot, he's just smiling. But
yeah, I mean, what else would you do? He's just sobbing.
$2,500 for bond, and he got out, and he had to go get his car, and
that's what, another like $2,000 to get your car out of.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is too, but when he got to the impound lot, the sticker was still on his car, which is good. And he said now he's suing the city because he's like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And it totally is. And the guy was like, well, because he had a small child too. He has like he's 23, but he has like a little baby. And he's like, what kind of adult would have this for, like, what kind of parent would have this on their car? Explain these words. Because he's like, they're just words. And the cop's explain these words to your child. And he's like, that's up to the parent, I guess. I don't know. Some kids would be like, yeah, people eat ass. That cop probably had a bad ass eating experience, right?
Horrible. As bad as you could imagine. I'm not going to get into graphic detail of how bad ass eating can get, but I'll let you do the imagination.
He's like, it's just words. He's like, it's not fucking real, man. It's real bad.
This is a real thing.
He's like sobbing. So, yeah, I don't know. The cop could look up where he lives and try to peel that off, but I bet this guy's ordering 10 more right now and giving them out to all of his friends.
Oh,
that's what I would do.
Yep, I'd put them on all cop cars.
Yeah. Don't put them on. Just put them on your car, okay? So, yeah. And thank you, Katie. Those were 2 great news articles. I loved them.
Yeah, I got another one for you.
Oh, hit me.
This is a personal news one of an article I'm writing right now.
What?
I watched Iron Man 2, and it's not that bad.
Really?
I actually thought it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Well, I'm eating crow right now.
Yeah, it's a good movie, okay?
Okay.
A lot of good characters introduced into it. Hell, even Spider-Man's in it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How?
They confirmed at one point when at the big party when all the robots turn into big bad boys and they start shooting the place up, there's a little boy with an Iron Man mask on. He puts his hand up, and Iron Man lands behind him, and he blasts the robot and says, "Good job, kid," and he flies away. And they later on say that is Peter Parker.
So if you guys didn't know, on one of our previous episodes, we talked about how mediocre Iron Man 2 is, but apparently it's not as mediocre. I just don't remember making an impression. Maybe I only watched bits and pieces, but
yeah, there's definitely some corny early on Marvel movie parts, but like all in all, it's way better than 3.
I think because the first Iron Man was so good, that it probably was like we had high expectations.
But you know what the first Iron Man didn't have?
Mickey Rourke
with lightning whips. Kinky lightning
whip
whips.
You in the balls.
You think you could put that on like level 1 and it could just be kind of like a fun little kinky toy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little taser. Just like wake you up in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay. Well, I am proven wrong.
Iron Man 2.
Sorry.
Not that bad. You can put that underneath the review.
Okay. Iron Man 2, not that bad. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we're caught up on news. So let's get into these stories. Okay. So today I will be telling you about the man, the myth, the legend.
John Cena?
No, it is Mike the Durable.
Ooh.
You know about Mike the Durable?
I don't.
Well, you're about to learn. So the year was 1933, and America was 4 years into the Great Depression, with many Americans looking for an escape from their hard and miserable lives. Now, after a hard day's work, most people would most likely reach for a nice cold beer or a nice glass of wine. But after a hard day of desperately looking for work and getting absolutely nothing, you usually want to reach for about 20 beers or a nice 5-liter bag of wine. Mm-hmm. The only problem was that America was simultaneously in its 13th year of prohibition. So I think that's probably the worst law that was ever created.
Yeah, people didn't like that one.
I think they thought it was like a morality thing or like a laziness thing. But, I mean, the Great Depression happened in the midst of that. So, literally, they could just blame the Great Depression on
the booze.
Or, I mean, they could, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it was a bad law. But now, to be fair, in 1933, when this was happening, it was also the final year of Prohibition. Officially, it ended on December 5th, but being the 13th year into this extremely restrictive law meant that people had and were finding ways to get around this law. These lawless, secretive, and hidden places had become known as speakeasies. Now, you know about speakeasies because isn't McSorley's a speakeasy or is it not?
I don't believe. I mean, it might have been.
It had to have shut down for like for a momentary because it was opened in the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like they must have done something. At least some part of that place was maybe a speakeasy, or I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they pivoted a little bit, but
yeah.
But people of all walks of life, once law-abiding citizens and career criminals, all banded together to keep their boozy sanctuaries a secret in order to revel in America's, if not the world's, favorite pastime, getting drunk. Now, unfortunately, for the people in this story, this tale takes place in January of 1933, many months away from the end of Prohibition, and some may argue that the combination of the Great Depression and Prohibition was the perfect storm that created the legendary tale of Mike the Durable. So that must have been like such a shitty time.
Oh yeah.
You're like so depressed, you can't work, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just like drink the pain away, and then they're like, no, you also can't drink.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, nothing's going good. Nothing's going well. So Michael Malloy, better known as Mike the Durable or Iron Mike, was a 60-year-old homeless Irishman and ex-firefighter who lived in New York City during the 1920s and 1930s. Now, Mike was not only a drinker, but a heavy drinker, and was a regular at Tony Marino's 3rd Avenue Speakeasy in the Bronx. Tony Marino's place looked like a small shop with not even a single sign above the store or in the window. It literally looked like nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like the tiniest little building, and like you couldn't even tell like what the hell. It looks like an abandoned building, honestly.
Yeah.
But when you went to the back, behind some crates and doors, was a sofa, 4 tables, a plywood bar along the back, and a fair supply of bootlegged whiskey. So
the good shit.
So it didn't look the best on the inside.
Plywood is beautiful to look at.
But as you know, the the customers were probably also not the best, because some of the customers would pay, but also some would not. Most customers would empty the few coins out of their pockets and put the rest on a tab. That's when tabs were a thing.
Yeah.
That's when you could like go to places. I don't know if they had credit cards then.
No, I don't think
but that's
so.
Basically a credit card. You'd be like, hey, put it on my tab, and they're like, okay, cool.
With the books, yeah.
But it's all like word. It's all like, I'll take your word. I know where you live. Like we gotta.
Yeah.
But even if you don't pay the tab, like, it's like
someone will come rough you up.
I don't think people would rough you up. I mean, like some places maybe, but like like a butcher shop, like those are big dudes. You know, they gotta carry around carcasses. But like a bartender could be like a little weak old guy, and then he's just like,
yeah.
Please.
But I mean, if you're fucking around with the whole drinking during the Prohibition thing, like, chances are you're with some sort of like mob.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't really know how it ran back then, if like you needed a little bit of protection, but yeah, I could see you. If you're committing crimes, you're probably going to know some criminals.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they paid the tab, sometimes they didn't pay their tabs. But the worst was old Michael Malloy, Iron Mike, Mike the Durable, who drifted in and out of employment as a street cleaner or coffin polisher. So I did not know that that was a job. Baby polisher, though.
That's a big job in
That's
New York.
huge.
Huge.
You earn yourself if you polish the baby just right, you could probably slip that Rolex off its wrist and hey.
Ever since Yelp came around, that business is real cutthroat because people leave reviews.
About baby polishing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Big time.
So, Durable Mike had the reputation of drinking too much and paying too little, or just never paying at all. So after a night of heavy drinking, Durable Mike had passed out on top of the plywood bar, like you said, so beautiful. Didn't need any polishing.
Or like plywood bar, the durable.
I literally just think like somebody's going to lean on that bar and snap it right in half.
It's
and
got
all
like
the drinks
three screws in it.
Yeah, it does. It probably doesn't look good. But he had passed out on top of the plywood bar as 5 men sat in the corner and watched him from a distance in heavy discussion. Now, what were they discussing? Well, the only thing worth discussing after a few drinks. Murder.
Ooh.
So, the 5 men in the back consisted of Tony Marino, who owned the bar.
Is that Dan Marino's grandfather?
That is probably definitely Gran Marino's grandfather.
Grand Marino. Welcome to the Grand Marino race.
Get off my lawn, Gran Torino. Anyway, so Dan, damn it, now I'm calling him Dan Marino. So the people at the table consisted of Tony Marino, the owner of the bar, the bartender Joseph Red Murphy, Francis Pasqua, Hershey Green, which is a gross fucking name. His middle name was probably Squirt.
Oh, God.
Hershey Squirts Green.
Oh, my God.
No, like, that's a fucking horrible name. I don't know one person name. I've never even heard of one person until this article named Hershey.
You think that's like a nickname for Herschel?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's gotta be.
Hershey, Pennsylvania was like, that's a place.
Was that where they make Hershey?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's where like they have like a theme park there. Maybe, I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I know they have a Hershey park.
It's one of those words, the more you think about the word Hershey, the grosser it is. Just keep thinking about Hershey.
I think it's somebody's last name, but I've never seen it as a first name. But you're probably right. It's probably like a Herschel nickname or something.
Yeah.
But, it's like when they, like a guy his name's Thomas, and then like he's like, oh, I'm Tom, and they're like, Thomas? He's like, no, my birth certificate says Tom, and they're like, oh, they went with like the nickname or the shortened version as.
It's like my brother's John, but he's not Jonathan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the last guy, his name was Daniel Kreisberg. They also got petty criminals John McNally, Edward Tin Ear Smith. I don't know. I picture he looks like the guy from Wild Wild West with like, Bloodbath McGrath, where he has like the little horn coming out of his ear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Edward Tin Ear Smith, and then Tough Tony Barstone and Joseph Maglione. They are all in on the action. So
old like mobster guys have the best nicknames.
Tough Tony Barstone. Like I was just thinking that
outlaws,
Tin
man.
Ear. I mean, I wish but that's the thing. You can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah.
So if you get a bad nickname, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So
just gotta embrace it. Hershey, they probably saw me in a Hershey bar once. Like, hey, look at Hershey over here.
And I know. Well,
He's like, oh, fuck.
I was going to say, I bet Hershey was like, he's like, come on, guys, I need a fucking nickname. They're like, Hershey, no, you're good. We like your name. He's like, no, I don't fucking like my name. Please, call me shithead. I don't care.
Anything.
They're like, okay, Squirts. And you're like, no. So,
you can have my wife. Just kill me anything.
So, this group of men would later be dubbed the Murder Trust. And it will all make sense in a little bit. Now, with the combination of the men desperately needing money and the hate they had for Mike, they devised a plan to take out an insurance policy on someone no one would miss or get suspicious over a sudden death, and then kill him.
I feel like I'd be more suspicious over someone no one like dying and people taking out life.
Wait, say that again?
If no one likes him and he dies and people took out a bunch of life insurance things, I think that's more suspicious.
Well, it's not like nobody liked him, but like the bartenders were like, the owner and like the bartender were like, he always comes here, he never pays his tab. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, he's like a homeless drunk guy. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't like the next thing it says like he wasn't doing well. He didn't look good. He wasn't healthy. So like he's kind of like an easy like homeless. They always say like, oh, people go and kill homeless people because like they no one notices. You know what I mean?
I guess I say something way worse, but yeah, sure.
We could say no one would miss them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like miss them as in like realize that they're dead because sometimes they're like estranged from their family, and that's sad to say.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the fact of life. Sometimes I don't know.
Okay. Continue.
I'm like being really bleak right now. So I don't know. I'm depressed. I don't even know where I was anymore.
You want to just end it here?
No. So you want to go out in the streets and go find some people? So they basically wanted to get a guy, take out an insurance policy that no one would miss, and then kill him. That person was Mike Malloy. Now, Marino had already pulled a similar con a year earlier when he killed a homeless woman and collected over $2,000 life insurance policy.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
So I mean, and that's more. I mean, I don't know why I think it's more fucked up, but like I think it's more fucked up that there's like, let's just kill this homeless woman. Like, I always feel 10 times sadder when I see a homeless woman over a homeless guy. I don't know why.
Okay.
Don't judge.
As long as they don't have dogs.
Oh, that's
when they
like
get the dogs,
100 times sadder.
Yeah.
But I always go, those dogs love this. The dogs are supposed to live outside. They love trash.
Yeah, they love
a
it.
little bit of trash.
Just rummaging around trash.
So I mean, but those homeless people look like they really do love those dogs. So
yeah,
that's good.
Usually the dogs are better fed than they are.
Yeah, it's true. So the bartender Murphy's job was to identify the deceased Malloy as his next of kin, Nicholas Mellery, a fictitious person with 3 life insurance policies, each offering double indemnity. I don't know what double indemnity means, but it sounded like it just raised that profit up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
So if the plan was successful, each member of the trust would receive a share of $3,576, which would equal about today $65,000.
Okay.
Which would be a very big pool for that time because there's
especially the Depression.
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's like no money. Nobody's making money, so they would be like set. So conning Malloy into signing 3 insurance policies was easy enough. All Marino had to do was offer a delighted Malloy a free limitless bar tab, and he did what was asked. So there's like, hey, any drink you want to ask, just sign these pieces of paper. And he was probably already like a couple shots deep, and he's like, sure, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll sign these papers. I don't know what they are. So with signed insurance policies, killing Malloy now seemed nothing more than a formality. So now they're like, we got all the paper ready. Now we just got to find a way to do it. So Malloy was in a pretty bad state to begin with, like I said earlier. So Marino hoped that by repeatedly filling his glass, Malloy would drink himself to death. You think you can kill an alcoholic like that, dude? This guy is fucking...
You got to go the other route. You got to cut him off.
That's what I'm saying. No, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
More people, this could be completely wrong, but I heard this. More people die from alcohol withdrawal than they do of like heroin withdrawals. They say the symptoms are worse, but you could die easier from alcohol withdrawals. If you're Malloy, if you're Iron Mike level, then yeah, I think that could be dangerous. But after 3 days of drinking, Malloy was still breathing. So Marino spiked his drinks. Even better. Some sources said he used antifreeze, then turpentine, and finally horse liniment with rat poison.
What is liniment?
I have no idea. Horse liniment.
Maybe it's what you use to like put on horseshoes or some shit, like burn off things.
Definitely a chemical of some sort. If there's horse in the beginning of it, don't drink that liquid.
Yeah.
So others say he gave Malloy shots of wood alcohol, which is methanol crudely distilled from wood. And wood alcohol is so strong that even just a small amount could cause blindness. So like I said, Iron Mike has the liver of a champ.
Or just none at all, and it doesn't know what to do with itself.
Wait, what?
He has no liver. It just doesn't know.
It just
sits there.
He's just like a skeleton, just falls at the bottom of his jaw.
Yep.
So Marino waited until Malloy was drunk from shots of whiskey before making the switch to shots of pure 100% wood alcohol. Malloy didn't notice and happily swallowed it night after night.
Jesus.
So one night Malloy fell to the floor unconscious, but to the would-be murderer's dismay, he did not expire. Instead, he began to snore. Then he woke up hours later, and he asked for more.
Yeah, that hangover must have been awful.
I wonder what wood alcohol smells like, let alone
pine.
tastes like. I mean, because this is all like really shittily distilled whiskey and stuff like this is horribly made whiskey because these people are just making it in like their back rooms and
their bathtubs.
like this shit can make you blind. The alcohol itself can make you blind, let alone the wood alcohol.
Yeah.
So this didn't work, and the murder trust decided to poison his food as well. By the way, Malloy. This is my favorite part. Malloy was given oysters that had been marinating in denatured alcohol. Oh, I'm sorry, denatured alcohol. I like to pronounce it denatured.
Denatured, yeah.
I thought I said denture alcohol for a second.
To each his own.
So denatured alcohol, which is mentholated spirits, for a couple of days. So they're just marinated oysters in alcohol for a couple of days. And one by one, he scarfed them down between shots of wood alcohol. Jesus. Do you think he was already blind?
Probably. That's why he didn't know what he was drinking.
So the murder trust waited patiently for Malloy to keel over, but he didn't. He just belched and carried on drinking. So Marino upped the ante. He let an open tin of sardines rot for a few days, then prepared a sandwich for Malloy seasoned with broken glass, carpet tacks, and finely ground shavings from the sardine tin. Malloy ate the sandwich, none the wiser, and asked for another.
Oh my god.
Isn't that so tasty?
How do you not notice?
Dude, this guy was probably the drunkest, like the drunkest you've ever been? Like
Times
quadruple
1,000.
that. Yeah. I don't
even think I've ever been so drunk that I collapsed like he does, and he gets up and drinks more.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't even think I've been drunk enough to eat a sardine sandwich.
You can't
How
get
do you
sardines
not
near me.
get a piece of broken glass? He's like, "Oh, you slide some chips in this sandwich? I like the chips in the sandwich.
Yeah.
These kettle chips are kind of pokey."
I just don't. Has this wood grain alcohol just burned his mouth down to the point that nothing can cut it? Is it just leather? Is he like one of those turtles that has a leather mouth?
I feel like his taste buds are all fucked up or something.
Oh yeah,
like
I'm
that.
sure he didn't taste it.
So I mean, it's probably along the wood grain alcohol. I mean, the wood what is it called? Wood alcohol. The wood alcohol and like the metal from like the tacks and the shavings and the glass. Like I don't know. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Maybe everything was rougher back then. Like
Everything was rough.
bread was as hard as sandpaper.
Bread was just leather.
So, the gang was getting desperate though. With the insurance premiums and the cost of whiskey and the various industrial alcohols, killing Mallory was becoming an expensive enterprise. So it's just adding up at this point.
Yeah, they're just losing money on this.
We should have shot him in the head. But they were kind of hoping that he would just die and people go, oh, well, he was an alcoholic, so he died of alcoholism.
Yeah.
So they're trying to go the natural way to not get the insurance companies being like, what the fuck is this?
Don't worry about all the screws in his stomach. It's just the alcohol.
He eats glass when he's drunk. I can't control that.
He loves light bulbs.
So this is another really good death wish that they did. And this one's actually kind of smart. I get this. So by this time, it was winter. It was January, February. So they took an inebriated Malloy to the snow-covered Crotona Park about a half a mile from Marino Speakeasy. They dumped him on a park bench, ripped open his clothes, and drenched him with 5 gallons of water. But to Marino's surprise, he found Malloy in the basement of his speakeasy the next day complaining of a chill. Fucking that guy. Okay, so I know people say like when you drink a lot of alcohol, it makes you feel warmer, but like you don't actually get warmer.
Yeah,
people like don't.
It's more for comfort.
Yeah, I guess, and I just don't know how that guy did that.
I don't know, man. Enough alcohol, like maybe it like rewired his brain.
I don't know, but maybe he was doing like the slow poison thing where maybe he was just like completely immune to like anything.
It's possible.
Maybe he was like killing.
Is this Shoe Nice? Are we talking about Shoe Nice?
You're not talking about Shoe Nice. Park bench. So now there had been 4 attempts at this point on Michael Malloy's life, and none of them had brought him even close to the brink of death. It was decided more brutal measures were required. It's gotta keep upping the ante. So the trust enlisted cab driver, who? Hershey Green.
Hell yeah.
So this was the 5 guys were talking.
Do we have images of these guys? Because I would love to know what Hershey Green looks like.
There were images of like the 5. I don't know if I saw Hershey Green. I think he's probably in there somewhere, but I didn't look him up specifically, so I don't know. But like I said, there's the 5 guys at the bar, and then they slowly added like 3 or 4 more guys depending on like what form of murder they needed. I guess I don't really know, but so they got Hershey Green, the cab driver, to run Malloy down. So in the dead of night, a drunken Malloy was placed in the middle of the road, but as the car barreled towards him at 45 miles per hour, he managed to come to his senses even in his inebriated state and jumped out of the way. After 2 dodges, the taxi struck him and then backed over him. They left Malloy for dead after a passerby startled them. A week later, Murphy posed as Nicholas Mallory's brother. So they're like, I don't know if you got this, but they were like, Iron Mike, they're like, okay, he's going to be Nicholas Mallory, and then I'm going to go in and be like, oh, I'm Nicholas Mallory's brother, and I took a big life insurance policy out on him. So
yeah, it's like the guy who did the murder mansion.
Yeah, so he showed up as Nicholas Mallory's brother and called morgues and hospitals in the hope of hearing of Mallory's passing. But there was no sign of him, nor had newspapers made any mention of a man run down in the street. A few days later, Malloy limped into the favorite speakeasy to see his friends and get his free quota of alcohol. Apart from a fractured skull and broken shoulder, he was in good spirits.
Yeah, sure.
How do you get fucking backed over and survive?
Yeah, cars back then weren't that good.
They're a lot higher off the ground and thin wheels. And
yeah, it's like getting hit by a
made
go-kart.
of aluminum. Very, very thin cars.
Lead.
So, with February's insurance premium due, so they're basically just like, fuck guys, we got like 3 more days, go kill him, hurry.
Yeah.
So with the February's insurance premium due, they considered hiring a professional hitman, but that was too expensive. And plus, like, I bet they were,
I mean, shit, they're about to make how much money off him? Why couldn't they just pay him after? Like, you know.
I don't think, well, that's the thing, you don't get a hitman on credit. That's the one thing you don't fucking do. You pay him up front, and you don't go, I'll pay you the rest, like, later.
Well, you gotta pay when he's dead.
Yeah, but true. But, like, there's also, that's hoping that the insurance policy comes through, or, like, comes through in time, because that guy's like, I need my money now. And you're like, fuck, they haven't paid me yet.
And it is a hitman, so he could kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the worst guy to underpay.
Yeah.
So, but they agreed that it was too expensive, but they tried running another drunk down to cash in their insurance policies, but he survived too. So they hit another drunk guy, and they're like, oh, you're Nicholas Malloy.
They need to get a bus.
You're Nicholas Mallory. And he's just like, duh, I survived too. And they're like, fuck. Yeah, they do. They need like a tank. But then they're like, oh, he died of natural causes. Look how squished he is.
Yeah.
So they had enough at this point and needed to finish the job once and for all. So on February 23rd, 1933...
I feel like all this shit always happens in February. I feel like we always talk about February.
It's the killing month.
I guess so.
Is that known for killing?
I don't know, but I feel like most of our stories have to do with February because I have a hard time saying February.
I feel like it's like the winter month, so people go kind of stir crazy.
And want to kill.
Bloodlust.
Want to kill.
And also, that's when you're like the poorest, right?
Always.
You just spent all your money on Christmas presents. Mm-hmm. Now you need to kill somebody to go eat a sardine glass sandwich. Mm-hmm. So on February 23rd, 1933, after he passed out for a night, the murderers took Malloy to Murphy's room in like this kind of like, I forget what they called it, but it was like basically a slum hotel, basically.
Okay.
So they took him to Murphy's room in the slum hotel, and they put one end of a rubber tube from a gas light into his mouth and wrapped a towel tightly around his face and then poisoned him with carbon monoxide. Unfortunately, he did not survive this.
No.
I wish he did.
I'm surprised he didn't.
I know.
With all the booze and stuff, I figured that'd be nothing.
I thought that like his mouth would just like ignite and then he'd just like kill all of them in like a dragon.
A dragon
breathing.
fire.
Some guy lights a cigarette by accident.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Everybody blows up but him because he had a towel wrapped around his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. So he did die, and a crooked doctor friend of Pasquale's forged a death certificate in the name of Nicholas Mallory. So now they have their dead guy. They have the doctor saying this is him, and then they want to go get their money.
Yeah.
But they only received an $800 payout from Metropolitan Life Insurance. And then everything began to fall apart for the murder trust when they tried to collect the insurance money from Prudential Life Insurance. So, like I said, they had like 3 different life insurance policies out. And I feel like this was a kind of an easier crime.
So it was like 800 to split between the what? How many of these fucking dudes were there?
There
10?
there were 5, but I think like 3 of them probably got paid. Like they weren't in on like the whole, the whole kit and caboodle.
Like Hershey.
Yeah, they're like, we'll give you like $300 if you just hit them with your car, and we won't tell anybody. Even though that's so fucking stupid because you're just as guilty as the other guys.
Yeah.
So to legitimize the claim, Prudential's insurance agents asked to see the body. But when Pasquale said the body was already buried, the insurance company called the authorities. And on May 1933, Malloy's body was exhumed. The phony death certificate said he had died from lobar pneumonia, but the subsequent autopsy proved otherwise. So they just basically dug him up, brought him to another doctor, and they're like, oh, yeah, he definitely didn't die the way that other doctor said. And they're like, fuck. So Green, who was not happy with his cut, started talking. And police discovered that a homeless woman had died in Marino's speakeasy under suspicious circumstances, and that Marino was the sole beneficiary of her life insurance. So, I mean, right away, they're like, this homeless guy died. Oh, my God. We're basically seeing this play out again. And,
yeah.
I mean, God, do you need any more? That's what's fucked up. You almost don't need. You need more nowadays. You need more proof than that.
Yeah.
Like that's not enough to.
Well, because of people like this.
What?
Because of people like this, you know.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, no, I'm saying this is actually the perfect case where like you could be like, yeah, he did it. But there's cases where they go, oh, isn't this weird? This guy he did this like fraud thing like 4 times, and then they're accusing him of doing it a 5th time, and they're like, we need a little bit more. I'm like, look at the past. And they're like, well, we still can't prove it, and you're like, fuck, that's so stupid. So that was a big red flag. And then on a separate matter, Tough Tony Barstone was shot dead.
Oh,
so not so tough. And Joseph Maglione was charged with this murder. So maybe he was the tough guy. Maybe Joseph Tough Maglione.
Well, he was tough, not bulletproof.
Hey, amen, brother. So before long, there was enough evidence to arrest the remaining murder trust. Frank Pasqua, Tony Marino, Daniel Kreisberg, and Joseph Murphy appeared at the Bronx County Courthouse first. They tried to plead insanity, but when that didn't work, they tried to implicate each other in the murder. They're like, hey, judge, we can't go to jail. Look at us. We're fucking crazy. And he's like, you guys aren't crazy. Like, yeah, look, I'm fucking crazy. Look. Flips the table over. I'm fucking crazy. They're like, no, that's not going to work. He's like, okay, Tony did it. Yeah. Tony fucking did it, and he made me do it. Mm-hmm. He's crazy, though. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, they were like, oh, no, he did it. And finally, they accused Barstone of Malloy's murder. So, Barstone was probably going after all of them, and they're like, oh, you did it. So, in the end, in June and July of 1934, Pasqua, Marino, Kreisberg, and Murphy were all executed in the electric chair at Sing Sing prison. Harry Green was the only member of the murder trust to escape execution and was instead sent to prison.
Wait, is Harry Green Hershey Green?
No, that's not Hershey Green. Hershey Green was the cab driver.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think Hershey Green, he probably like got some jail time, but he definitely wasn't like a part of like conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, maybe he was, but like on a lower level because there was also not fraud.
Yeah, I was just making sure that Harry wasn't short for Herschel.
Yeah, no, I thought that was kind of weird too. Yeah. But yeah, so they all got the electric chair, which is pretty fucking crazy actually. Yeah, and
electric bill is going to be high that month.
Yeah, and I don't know what Harry Green did to get out of it. Maybe he was like the informant or something. Maybe he did like a deal of some sort.
Probably the snake.
But in the end, I guess all we could say is rest in peace, Iron Mike the Durable. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad all those other motherfuckers died because that's just one guy trying to enjoy some nice wood grain and an anchovy sandwich, sardine sandwich. I'm sorry,
close enough.
And yeah, he he died in the end. He wasn't as durable as we all thought, even though he gave it.
I mean, he was pretty goddamn
He gave
durable.
it a hell of a try.
I think he did great.
Yeah, and I like it too because there's some variety. They didn't just keep doing the same thing.
Exactly.
You know? But if you really think about it, it wasn't like one try at each of these. Like literally every single one of these murders, they tried like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's pretty insane that he survived probably 15 murder charges or murder attempts.
Yeah.
So hey, rest in peace, Mike.
Yep.
You're a hero.
Yep. All right, my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
So with summer on the way, I'm sure many of our listeners might be planning some trips, a little vacation. Some might include visiting islands, and I decided to cover a few islands that you definitely should avoid. So this is my list of dangerous islands.
Oh, I think I know one of them off the top, but I'm gonna let you save it.
All right. There's one crown jewel that I really want to do my whole story on, but it just didn't have enough information, so that's why I got into the list.
Okay.
So the first island on my list resides in the Philippine Sea, approximately 180 kilometers from Honshu, Japan, and the name of the island is Miyake Jima.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that
Miyake Jima?
Oh, do you know a translation?
Well, Jima is island.
Yeah, but I thought it would be like Death Island. I don't know.
No,
okay, so this is just a normal named island.
I don't know, maybe. So what is it about this island that makes it so dangerous? Well, the entire island is a stratovolcano.
Ooh, I love me a nice strato.
Yeah. And,
A Stratocaster?
No.
Can it play at high C?
Okay, so this volcano dates back to about 15,000 years. So it's an old one. Mm-hmm. And you're probably wondering what a stratovolcano is. And don't worry, I didn't know what it was either, so I Googled it.
I know what a strato is it also called a shield volcano?
Maybe?
I don't know. Are those the ones that are like is that what like Hawaii's formed off of?
I didn't look that far into it.
Wow,
Probably.
you really went into this thinking you know about volcanoes and
No, I didn't. That's why I Googled it.
Well, I went into this thinking I know about volcanoes then.
Okay. So it's characterized by a steep profile and a summit crater. And, yeah.
It's the opposite of a shield volcano.
Okay.
Those are just like gradual. It looks like a little like bubble, you know, that like you could take a car and drive like all the way up it and then back down. It's like a slow,
okay.
It's like a slow gradient. It's the opposite.
Yeah, and it's known for explosive eruptions.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so obviously, since this island is on the list, that means the volcano is active and very unpredictable, and it has erupted 13 times in the past 500 years.
Holy shit.
So that would be an eruption every 38 and a half years if it was like clockwork, but it's not. But yeah, you can imagine. And the last eruption occurred July 14th, 2000.
Okay.
Yeah. And it took 5 years for it to calm down. So it wasn't until 2005 when people were allowed to go back to the island.
So we got a good like 20 more years before it blows again.
I mean,
not necessarily, but
yeah, it's not like what I was saying.
average.
It's not like clockwork.
So people live there.
Yes.
Wow.
So there is a small village located on the island where approximately 2,451 people live as of 2016.
Okay.
So it could be different now, but yeah. But these people have to carry gas masks with them 24/7 because since the last eruption, the volcano has been leaking poisonous gases.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And so they have like alarms that go off when the carbon monoxide levels are too high.
Okay, so that has to be just like the only reason they live there is because of like really cheap living, right?
Well, I believe it's like a government kind of like living area.
Oh,
like
you mean like a government facility where like they make people live there if like you're in the army? It's like a base type thing, or is it like a subsidized living where it's like if you're poor, here's some housing?
I think most of the people that live there are working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, Jesus.
Yeah. So the biggest devastation to happen on this island was when 11 people died by lava flow in 1940. And history also shows in recent years eruptions in 1962 and 1983.
I'm sorry, but I cannot imagine dying by lava.
Yeah, that'd be the
I
worst.
know that like
I think it'd be quick and it wouldn't be that painful. But
I know you kind of just like catch on fire.
Yeah.
But like I always kind of picture it like like Smeagol dying. We know when he falls in the volcano, and he like it was like you'd slowly sink in. But like I've seen it touch stuff that's flammable, and it just like catches everything on fire.
Yeah.
So Maybe it would be quick, but Jesus Christ.
Hopefully? I don't know.
That's scary stuff.
Yeah. So the next island on my list is named the Ramree Island, located off the coast of Rakhine State in Myanmar, which is Burma.
Ramrod.
Yeah.
Ramrod.
So looking at this on the map, it doesn't seem like it'd be too much of an island, but it's actually separated from the mainland by a narrow canal, which
so
is
it's very close to the mainland.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's only about 500 feet wide.
The island.
No, the canal.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Jesus Christ, how's that island so small?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, there's probably like a makeshift bridge.
Oh no,
honestly.
I think there's a pretty nice bridge there now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I bet, but like, I bet some guys like, I don't want to walk to the fucking nice bridge. Like, here, anybody have a log?
Yeah.
Anybody have a long log?
Yeah.
But by the way, how big was the other island? Was pretty big, I'm guessing. I don't know if you have square footage, but I'm guessing it's pretty large.
Yeah, it was fairly large.
Okay.
Wasn't massive, but it was.
I mean, 2,000 people living on there. They're probably not like crowd, and they probably all live on like one side of the island. That's how
Yeah.
it usually goes.
Yeah.
you know,
Kind of like Catalina, how there's like the two.
exactly.
Towns,
or
yeah.
or when we talked about the guy who like Saint Pierre. Remember that
Yeah.
one? Like
Yeah.
everybody kind of like the biggest village was like all on this one side.
Yeah. So,
There's that small gap between them and the mainland.
yeah, I lost my spot because I was looking back to see if I had the size of it.
There's so many bridges in the town.
Yeah, so what about this makes the island dangerous? Well, during World War II, the Battle of Ramree Island was fought there during January and February of 1945.
I won't guess, but I want to guess what it is.
Okay, well, so it's here that
Let me
part
guess.
of no, it's here that part of the British 14th Army and the Japanese soldiers clashed in battle, and the lives of about 400 men were lost. But these lives were not just lost due to the fee of war, but there was another agent of death lurking in the swampy island and in the marshes.
Landmines.
I'm sure there's some landmines. This is
Oh man, I
something
thought
much
it was
different.
gonna be like an island covered in landmines still.
No.
Oh, is it mosquitoes?
So
Crocodile?
this battle was crowned.
Baboon? Swamp baboon?
This battle is crowned the greatest disaster suffered by humans from animals, because this battlefield was home to an overpopulated area of saltwater crocodiles. And it was believed that in some parts of the island, sharks could have been a factor as well.
Whoa!
So imagine being
Saltwater, yeah, I guess, yeah, sharks for sure.
Imagine being like fighting for your life, like laying in this marsh, like shooting at enemies, and then a fucking croc just comes and snaps you.
The thing is, I think crocs are more. Obviously, people are gonna like when you're on land, you're like in a swamp. Crocs are definitely deadlier than sharks because sharks they bite and then they kind of just like thrash back and forth. Mm-hmm. Crocs twist.
Are they the one that do the roll of
I
death?
don't know. I think they do.
Either crocs or alligators. I think only one does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, if they do the roll of death, that is so fucking shitty.
Yeah.
It's like that. That just takes you.
I think
mean,
it is. I think crocs do the roll.
I don't know. Why am I comparing alligators or sharks to these?
Crocs are much scarier to me because
Crocs.
they can chase you onto land.
Alligators don't chase you on the land?
No, I'm saying sharks.
Oh, okay.
You know, you see a shark
Yeah.
and you get out of the water, but a croc can come right out.
But I feel like if I'm in the water with a shark, that's scarier than being in the water with a croc because I feel like crocs are easier to like jump on the back of. Like a shark, I can't like wrap my hands around a shark. Like if you jump on the back,
Punch
of
in the nose.
If you if you jump on the back of a croc, I feel like I get like a nice bear hug on that, a croc hug on that thing.
Think so?
But shark, I'm gonna grab onto the back of that shark. That thing's gonna start going down. It could breathe underwater, and then I'm falling off, and it's coming back up and getting me again.
Yeah.
Because the breath thing is also a factor.
I would take the other option of just not encountering any of them.
No, that's on my bucket list, man.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta face one of them before you die.
True. It's in the books of God.
What about those guys who stick their fucking hands and heads inside the crocodiles and the alligators, and they're like, "Isn't this fun entertainment?" I'm like, I would never. That's like
no one's
going,
having fun.
It's like going to a fucking bullfight. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not into that shit.
No.
I can't watch that.
But so don't worry about this location for parts of your travels because the croc population is drastically decreased due to hide hunters. So there's still some
Aw.
crocodiles there, but
Wait, is that like a good thing or a bad thing? That's kind of fucked up.
from what I think it could be technically a good thing because I think it was overpopulated,
Okay.
but I'm not one to say.
Oh man.
So number 3 on my list is the North Sentinel Island, which is probably the one you're thinking of because we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Which is one of the Andaman Islands, and this island is home to the Sentinelese.
The North Sentinelese.
Yeah, and these are people who have rejected and are often extremely violent to any contact of the outside world. They're among the last untouched civilization of people on Earth.
If you guys are longtime listeners, we opened one of the episodes with
A new story of it.
A story.
I'll get to it though.
Oh, okay. I won't tell anybody then. Yeah.
I briefly touch on it since we already talked about it, but so these islands are protected by the Aboriginal Tribes Act of 1956 that prohibits any and all travels to the island within 5 nautical miles of the area.
So India passed this law, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they're just like, hey, they're tribal people. They're like the only people on Earth that are like this. We're creating this law so nobody can go fuck with them. Like, don't go over there and be like, oh, I wonder what native people look like. It's like, just leave them alone.
And this is partially because, well, A, they don't want to be, contacted with us, and it's mostly just simply because they do not have the means to deal with any illnesses that we could have. Like a simple cold could really fuck them up.
Oh yeah, they don't have. I mean, talk about anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, big time. Like, yeah, one person sneezing over there and you're done.
Honestly, I mean that's. And I mean, I'll let you keep going because I don't want to. I want to talk about other stuff, but it would spoil what you're going to say. Yeah. So I'll shut my big fat mouth.
All right, finally.
My big fat crocky mouth.
So a British surveyor named John Ritchie observed a multitude of lights from the island while he was passing by the island on his boat in 1771.
Well, they got flashlights now.
Yeah, they're called torches and fire.
My mind immediately went to like some kind of bulb.
Yeah, no,
that's.
And in so he didn't stop. He just noted that there were people there.
Yeah. They got fire. That's cool.
Good for them.
Yeah.
And in March of 1867, although I didn't see too much about the actual specifics of this, an Indian merchant boat was shipwrecked on the island, and it had 106 surviving passengers and crewmen.
Oh, fuck.
And they landed on the beach, and they had to defend themselves from attacks by the people, and until they were eventually found by Royal Navy Rescue.
So did any of them die?
It didn't really tell me much.
Okay. I mean, if you have a boat and it's like shipwrecked, just like kind of stay on the boat, and you already have the higher ground, right?
I don't know.
That's a pretty good tactic right there. You just have to be able to dodge some arrows.
I mean, you would hope that you get shipwrecked and you're like, oh, the worst thing's over. Psych.
I know. They're like, damn, this vacation's fucking ruined. Oh my God. What's that in your chest?
Yeah.
Is that an arrow?
That's a full spear.
But I wonder what their arrows look like from 1860 compared to now. I wonder like the advancements in their like small subculture, you know what I mean?
I mean, they have to make it out of something they have as a natural resource.
I guess, but I mean, do you think that maybe they found some better ways to do it? Because like we watch movies and we go, "Oh, that's how an arrow is made." They don't have anything to reference. They're just like, "Hey, everything."
I mean, we found some prehistoric arrows from way back when.
True. No, I just mean it's a lot of try it out. Oh, it didn't work. Here, can we change this a little bit? And then you stick with what you know, I guess.
I mean, they've been alive this long. I'm sure they've figured a thing or two out.
Yeah, for sure.
So in recent news, the death of 2 fishermen in 2006 occurred when they tried to enter the island after their boat broke down. And in even more recent news, which we talked about, which happened last year, a man named John Allen Chow. He was an American missionary who decided to go to the island on his own free will and try to interact with them, and that resulted in his death.
So, and like I was gonna say, he went there. He was from Oral Roberts University, which my next door neighbor went to Oral Roberts, and he actually had a friend that knew him. And
one of my close friends knew him.
Yeah, so
on a personal level.
What I wanted to say is that so I guess we knew some people that knew of people that knew him.
Yeah,
and they said he was like a really nice guy. He went to the island is said to preach about God and to like maybe help these people and be like, oh, they don't have any religion. Maybe they want religion. But my I think you said, and my buddy also said that he never seemed like the type to like really push religion or preach religion, and that's why it's kind of weird that it all happened. And it's really sad they killed him. And I know with the two fishermen, after they killed them, they propped their bodies up on the beach.
As a warning.
I think it was a warning.
Yeah.
And they never recovered John Chow's body from the island. I still think to this day they didn't recover him because... Yeah. And the family of John Chow is like, we understand why we can't retrieve his body.
Yeah, they accepted it.
Yeah, and they're like super, like, I guess, understanding about it. But it's still terrifying and awful. And, yeah, I don't know. It's nobody's fault. It really is. Like, you could say it's John Chow's fault. You could say it's Sentinel's fault. But it's like, it's really just like a misunderstanding, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
All right. And this is the last and final island I have for you, which, like I said earlier, it's the reason why I made this list in the first place. And so this island is named Ilha de Queen-Mata Grande.
Is this in South America?
Brazil. It's off of Brazil.
Okay.
And it is also known as Snake Island.
Oh.
So one of the incredible things about this island is the aerial...
I hate snakes.
What's the aerial shot of the island
That's
is...
Indiana Jones.
It's in the shape of a snake. It's a really cool looking island.
Oh, that's cool. There's not snakes there?
Well, so the island is about 110 acres, and its highest peak is 676 feet above sea level. So it's not very big.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 21 miles off the coast of the state of Sao Paulo.
I was going to say Sao Paulo.
Yeah, Brazil, which is where one of my earlier stories took place of the serial killer Pedro Rodriguez.
The guy who killed his dad with the sandwiches.
With the
He stole the sandwiches.
He didn't kill him with the sandwiches. God damn.
When he put sardines in it with some glass and some shavings.
No, he was the guy who killed like the drug lords and criminals.
He was the Dexter of Brazil.
Yeah.
Check out that episode if you haven't listened to that one either.
Yeah, it's a good one. So the island is small in size, but it has many different types of terrains, ranging from bare rock to rainforest, and it's a temperate climate. But something about this island...
I was going to say, so it doesn't sound too deadly yet.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of nice.
Something about this island has made it illegal to enter without the correct paperwork and waivers, which are only given out to research teams who are trying to collect data.
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah.
Big smoke monster.
Yep. Big time. Makes robot noises and has electric in it. Well, it's like you guessed earlier, it's not just the shape of the island that gives it the name Snake Island. It is because it is just about the only thing that inhabits the island.
Oh, fuck. What do they eat each other?
Well, birds.
Oh, yeah. They fly to the island.
Yeah. It is believed that there are over 430,000 snakes on the island.
Oh, my God.
And it is estimated that there is one snake to every square meter on this fucking island.
Oh, my fucking God.
Aside from the snakes, there are 31 recorded species of bird on the island, which is perfect because this island is the only home to the critically endangered venomous golden lancehead pit viper.
I feel conflicted when I hear would you said almost extinct and venomous? What do you say?
Critically endangered.
Critically endangered and venomous, cuz like when I hear venomous I go let them
Yeah,
let them keep going.
They can have a little island.
No, I was gonna say the other way. I was gonna say, I don't care if they're extinct. Like they're fucking. I mean, they're probably beautiful. What they
They're
call?
pretty cool looking. They're called the golden lancehead pit viper.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty badass looking.
And like, obviously, you don't get to choose what lives or dies because you're scared of it. And like, I mean, if that was the case, we'd all be dead because we're the most deadly creatures.
Yeah. So these pit vipers are able to survive fairly well because it has a diet of birds. Eats a lot of bird.
I like chicken.
Yeah. The snake became trapped on the island when the rising sea levels covered up the land that connected it to the mainland.
So St. Patrick basically was like, hey, everybody, this island's tight. And then all of a sudden they're like, what the fuck? There's water there now. And then he's like, haha, got you.
Yeah.
I'm Ashton Patrick, and you just got punked.
Yes.
You just got snaked, bitch.
So the golden lancehead pit viper has one very unique characteristic about it, and that's its venom.
Is it tasty?
delicious.
You could
Great
drink
to
venom.
cook with.
You could drink venom.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get into your like.
You can't drink poison, but you can drink venom. And
Well, you might take that one back here. When a boat of a fisherman's motor gave out and his boat drifted onto Snake Island despite his choice.
they got a lot of shitty boats in these stories.
Yeah. It is then that the boat was found, but there was nothing left of the fisherman but torn clothing, blood, and bones.
Oh, I didn't know snake eat. It's kind of weird because I've always pictured snakes unhinging their jaw and eating things whole.
Yeah.
But are they like nibbling on this guy?
Well, that is because the golden lancehead pit viper's venom has the ability to rot meat to the bone after being bit. You just, like, melt.
I'll still take a shot.
Yeah, no.
They should have given that to fucking Iron Mike.
Yeah. So, yes, this island has one flesh-melting, venom-packed viper per square meter. And that is why this island is known as one of the last places on Earth you'd want to be. And it gets the crown of my list of the most dangerous islands in the world.
Honestly, fuck that island.
Snake Island, dude.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird that all the snakes were just, like, on that side of the island. And then, like...
No, they're every fucking square meter. They're
no,
everywhere.
You told me that, like, the reason the snakes are stuck on the island because, like, they went on the island and then the water rose. Do you think, like, some guy was like...
Well, I'm sure they were in Brazil, too, and they just killed them out.
Yeah, they just, like, ran them over with cars and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just able to, like, thrive on that island. But
Yeah.
good God.
Yeah,
like,
fuck that.
It just sucks that, like, these guys are like, fuck. Like, talk about having a shitty day where you're like, my boat broke. Okay, well, at least there's some land right. Oh, fuck my leg. You know, like,
Yeah, oh, great. That's the Snake Island, isn't it?
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I guess we should just leave them, but it's crazy that, like, those snakes aren't even paying property tax.
Seriously,
and
tax
they get
these-
a whole fucking...
Can we tax these snakes?
If I had that island, I would be paying out the ass. And
Yeah.
all these guys are doing are just murdering birds and getting all this good press.
That's why you gotta melt people with your venom.
I'm tired of all these snakes getting all this good press, and all the crocodiles are getting all this bad press. It's just a big snake.
Without legs? With legs.
Without legs.
The snake is the one without legs.
Wait,
Wait
can't-
a second.
I can't even remember which one doesn't have legs.
Well, they both have tails. I know that.
It's true. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of weird. So, like, they're not even, that's the fucked up thing. Like, this guy's dead on the island, and he just, like, laying on the beach. Like, he probably got one, like, a couple bites, and he's like, I'm dead. So he, like, dies on the island. And then all these snakes come up and like, hey, who wants to bite this dead son of a bitch? And they start
Just taking turns
they're just
nipping
biting
at
him.
him.
They're not even eating him. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, they could have maybe eaten some. I don't think
I don't
you're
know.
right. I think they have to, like, engulf things. So.
Yeah, engulf them.
Maybe the meat fell off the bone, and then they could eat the small chunk.
Maybe they went for, like, the fingers or something. Because that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know enough about snakes. Maybe they do nibble on meat, but I've always seen them being
so.
like they usually just unhinge their jaw and just swallow the thing whole.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy.
Awesome. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy when you find, like, an anaconda and they cut it open and they're like, there's a school bus in here. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
So, I mean, those things are nuts. But, yeah, I guess that's our episode for today.
Yep.
We got snakes and cakes and automobiles and sardine sandwiches and cars that run you over and alcohol and wood grain and what else? Shit like that. We got all that shit. And we also want to say thank you guys for listening because we really appreciate it. We love telling you these stories and we love that you love listening to them, or we think you love listening to them.
You better. We're going to send a golden lance head pit viper at you.
We might get sued for that.
What?
That's a death threat, right?
Probably.
You can't send snakes in the mail.
No, you can't.
David, you can't do this anymore.
But I heard you can throw them through car windows.
I heard you can send anything in the mail as long as it doesn't have legs.
Yeah. That's part of the Constitution.
It's the Constitution. Fucking read it.
Well, you
okay?
read it already?
Anyway, thank you guys. Like we said, we got social media and stuff like that. So if you want to go check out some of these golden pits on our Instagram, or do you want to check out what Hershey Squirts looks like? Check out him too. And if you could leave us a review, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
we really appreciate it. It gets us seen a little bit more, and we need to be seen.
We really need to be seen. Show your friends.
Show your friends. Show your family. Bring this up at Thanksgiving. Get in a fight with your uncle. They swear too much. Oh, shut up, Dad. You suck. And then open your present. It's a golden pit. Ah! Yeah, so just do all that. It's fun. Why is he opening his presents on Thanksgiving? His birthday's on Thanksgiving. Don't you know your dad? Come on.
We know your dad.
So,
tell him we say hi.
I'm going off on a tangent. But did I miss anything?
Yeah, we got merch.
We do have merch. We have shirts, which
softest
are
shirts in the West.
Softest shirts on this side of the Mississippi. Mm-hmm. We also have mugs, softest mugs in this side of the Mississippi.
You can break them and buy another one, break it, buy another one, break it, buy They're great stress relievers.
You know what's great about our mugs? Throw it against the wall, won't break. Oops, it broke, buy another one. Our shirts don't tear. Try tearing it. Buy another one.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got crab cakes.
Do we? God damn it. Are we doing this or no?
Okay, my buddy told me that he it was David the Coward actually. He said he liked that we do this.
He says this is his favorite. He says he doesn't listen to anything. He just fast forwards to this part.
What else do we got?
We got headshots of your mother.
We got kidney stones.
We got Mountain Dew, but it's empty.
We got nacho cheese, but it got too cold, and now it has that film over the top of it. You got to stir it and forget that it was ever there.
I hope everybody knows exactly what you're talking about, because that's like the worst thing.
That fucking case of that cold case was the worst.
We got turkey skin. My favorite part of the bird.
I used to eat the chicken skin off like the chicken. Like,
the rotisserie chicken, slap it on your face like a mask.
I can't do it anymore. I feel bad. We got water bottle.
We got
filled with pee.
We got peg legs.
Oh, we got that game. What was it called? What was the game?
Cribbage?
No, what was the game? What was the game called where there's like a timer and you had to put all the yellow pieces in and like there were different shapes, and if you didn't get them all in, the whole board shot up and like,
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't think of what that's called.
You guys are going to go crazy at home if you know this. It's called like uh-oh or like kablam or boom or oh shit, the pieces went everywhere.
And you always lose one and then the game's ruined.
Yeah.
We got that game when you push the crocodile's teeth in and he snaps at you.
We got a twisting croc.
We got Twizzlers. We got
red vine croc.
We got birthday cakes for all days of the year.
Especially for your daddy's birthday on Thanksgiving.
It's shaped like a turkey.
Okay, I think we're done there. But thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it, and we love telling these stories and doing this. So, cool. David, do you have anything else to say?
Get checked for STDs once a year.
What if you're with the same sexual partner, David?
Hey, toilet seats? Disgusting.
What if you're staying with sexual toilet seat every year, David?
You only sit on one, right?
I mean, that's the goal, isn't it?
It ain't the same after I've sat on it.
There's a point where you get to in your adulthood where you go, fuck it, I'm just going to shit this public place. I don't even care about it. You used to like hold in your shit to get home, and now you're just like, I've given up.
Yep. I went to a kids camp once, didn't poop once for a week.
That's why my colon's so enlarged. Okay, well, thank you guys. We love you, and don't forget to stay strange.